You got it.
Welcome to another movie. First of all, sorry, I need to open my window because it's quite hot now and you may hear that noise from the outside. Sorry for that. This is small update about this micro or nano car. Sorry, but I'm not able to show you how I assemble it because it's so small and because there is no instruction. This took me about 1 week just to get to this point. First of all, what I damaged so far. I damaged the rear axle. Those are those two parts that are here. I did order a steel 1 millimeter rod, and this one is a little bit more flexible than that one. This one was bent and I tried to bend it back and it snapped in the middle. So I don't know which one, yes, this one. I did sharpen this part in here just to be able to punch the holes in the parts, and that so far working. I did damage this part. Wait, I need to get my tweezers to get this part. That's the end. It's this part in here. Let me try to focus. Oh, come on, come on. Ugh, so small. Like this. It's this part, but I managed to destroy one of the ears on the sides, and it's broken now. Also, I did, as you can see, it's spinning because this hole is a little bit too big on this axle, and that's creating another problem. So I also may damage this one, and I was able to damage this gear. This gear going inside the axle. Wait, let me put this, maybe the camera will be able to see it. This gear go inside the axle. It's on the axle itself, and the hole on it, it's on the angle, and I'm not able to probably fix that. I may try to put some solder and try again to make this hole straight, but that's the second problem. So what I can tell you already, there are two types of wheels. Let me show you on this one. This one have smaller hole inside, and that one is for the rear, and that's for the axle. The second ones have bigger hole, and those are, oh come on, I need to cover the car. Those are for the screw, as you can see in here, and that screw go inside this part in here. As you can see, I will use the thread locker for it just to not get it unscrew. So there are three with bigger hole, because the third one is for this wheel on the back, and that's how this thing is. It's really hard to assemble this car just because you don't have any instruction for this, and there is only movie with similar car that someone from Japan or China that show it, and that's the only thing I can look at to see how to assemble this damn thing. That's it. I was able to put these things on. It's hard to focus because it's in the micro. It's not super complicated. You just bend it a little bit on the sides, put it inside, and the best part is to bend the middle parts out, because you need to have space for the axle, the angle connectors, and that's how you need to do this. And that's it. Also, another part is this. So this all the axles, all the pins that you get are exactly 1 mm, is really exactly 1 mm, and this one is 0.95. I have no idea why this is smaller, so after some time I think that may be for this gear, but I still use this normal pin with the 1 mm, and that's still working fine. So maybe that for this one I'm thinking after some time about it, but I still have no idea about that. So that's it. Now how most of parts are set. Here is the guide for the axle that's going out. Here is another guide, but this one is sitting in the air, so I will need to make some spacer for it because I don't want to bend the axle. Then let me maybe take it out so you can see that much better. Then it's going inside of the axle. There's the worm gear inside. Wait, I'm trying my best to see. It's in here. There's the worm gear. Then on the other side is going through this part and to this gear, but there is a space between it. It's now wobbly, that's why it's not straight. And between that there's this gear, and connected to this gear there's motor in here that's is just in here. The hard part is that, as you may see already, it's really easy to take this gear out. There's a hole in here, you may see that now, that the gear on the side is going inside, and this, oh sorry, I touched the camera, and that part is really easy to it's not holding tight enough. I would love to get a zip tie in here, but looking how incredible and how detailed this car is, giant zip tie on the middle of the motor is not a option. So I'm trying to get my, oops, something is, oh, the wheel is here. I'm trying to use the tweezers to grab this motor, but I cannot grab it too much because it will just break it. So on the other end it will be this this connector in here, so something like this. And as far as I can understand, it's really hard to see because there is no instruction for this one. There will be a angle connector in here. The axle will go through this pipe in here just to not rub on this guide, and go inside through the case like this on the gear, and stick out a little bit on the outside. So far that's what I understand. Of course the springs will go in here, and there's a small groove in there just to hold it. And that's what I so far understand about this car. The problem is that I cannot make the rear axle because I don't have working that smaller gear, and I cannot assemble the front axle because I'm missing one of this parts. So I can order this angle connectors that can be ordered, but this gear is a problem because they have it, but it's with a part sticking out. So I will try to fix this one. I don't know if I'm able to do that. Mostly I'm just damaging, not fixing. So I will try to check that. Now about the servo, as you may see, maybe not the connectors from the sides. Why? Just because I try to fit that servo and it will not fit. Thank God say that this servo will is for this car, and they sell servo that's and probably here or maybe here and doesn't have this motor outside, and they show on the site servo that will fit in there and sell this thing. So now I will need to order another servo. I will change the link in the description for the last movie and put new link in this movie to servo that doesn't have this down thing. And still I think that you need to cut the mountings, and it just sitting like this, and I will need to put something in there just to hold the motor from backing up and the servo from also backing up. So this servo is bleh, and I need to order another one. So about the old parts, what I was using, I'm using this piece of wood with holes from drilling. I was trying to mostly how I do it is I took the pin, I put it like this and just hammer it inside, but as you may see on this gear, that not always work right. So after testing few of them, this is still the best solution, but you need to have it sharpened on one side, and that's the best way to get it inside, and I did not find any other. Of course the drill press will be much better because the angle is always the same, but I don't have so giant machines in my bedroom. So what was also really cool, this gear puller, I have it also from Banggood, and this thing was really useful because when I punched the pin inside, I was able to get it out from it and put the pin that I wanted to use and not bend the correct one. So that was really useful. Also to sharpen the pin, I put it inside the drill, put it on the file. I have the diamond file, and file it down, and that helped a lot. Another thing is really useful to have a micro drills, just to have variety of any sizes, and that was really critical for this setup. Also I have this this screwdriver, that's the very specialized screwdriver for small things, and this one in here is perfect for those screws. With the bigger screwdriver you will not be able to screw those really small screws. So sorry for not showing how I assemble it, but this is a pain in the ass to assemble. It's like assembling puzzles without any picture on it. They all like they would all be white, and this is how it's assembling this. I can only look at photos on the Banggood and at that movie with a quite similar car, but still not the same. That's why it's really hard to get this thing. I will not paint it also. I wanted to keep it black and brass. That is looking quite nice. So now I will need to order some spare parts. That will take some time. I need to order new servo because that one is damp and will not fit in there. I could cut this part, but this will break it because just these two parts is holding the springs from the shocks, and that's all I can show you now. So sorry for not showing the full assembly, but this took me a week to assemble just this part with this part, and that's all I could do now. Okay, so that's all for now. I will put links to in the description also for the servo that will fit inside, and I try to find the parts that you see that I use. Okay, so that's all for now, and see you in next movie.